Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and today I'm going to be showing you how to start geraniums from seed. So geraniums are one of those plants that look super easy to grow, but if you start them at the wrong time, you'll be very frustrated. Timing is everything for geraniums. So today I'm going to walk you through exactly how I start geraniums from seed and why timing matters more than almost anything else with geranium seeds. Okay, why geraniums are different than perhaps some other seeds that you might be starting. Geraniums, also known as pelargoniums or pelargoniums. I'm not very good at pronunciations. They're very slow to germinate, which is important to remember. They're slow to size up. They're slow to grow on in the prices. But once you get them going, they are long-lived once established. I was even able to get my geraniums that I grew from seed last year. They made it all the way through the hot part of my summer and then rebloomed for the fall, which there's just not a lot of plants that will be able to handle that kind of heat in my area. Geraniums don't rush, but if you rush them, they will not reward you. They definitely take time. It's not that it's hard to do, it's just the patience needed to start geraniums. All right, so timing is super important. So when do you start geraniums? You usually start them 12 to 16 weeks before your last frost, and I am right at the 12-week mark for myself. For many gardeners, they start these late December, and January is ideal for starting times, but you can go as early February is still workable. But your blooms might be a little bit later. It really depends on your zone and when your last frost is. My last frost is mid-March. And so we're at a really good point right now for that. With it being mid-March, I usually don't get a lot of stuff planted until the first or second week of April. And so we are right at that point. So that was a great time to get my geraniums started. Last year, I started my geraniums in December, and I felt like they suffered a little bit inside. They started yellowing. They needed more fertilization. They were outgrowing all their containers. They just were not happy inside. So this year I decided to start them a little bit later than I did last year. Okay, so from seed, we're going to be starting one variety called Maverick Violet Picotee Geranium. And this is from Swallowtail Garden Seeds, which is hands down my favorite place to order seeds. If you're interested, they don't pay me, they don't give me anything. I just really like their product. I pay the same price that you all do. So let's get set up for that. Maverick Violet Picotee Geranium features bold violet-purple blooms edged in white. It grows 12 to 16 inches tall and wide and thrives in full sun to part shade with well-draining soil. A reliable, heat-tolerant bloomer grown as an annual in most climates. We'll go ahead and get the mat out. Now, I was showing in my last video that I have been sifting my soil, and this soil in here has already been sifted. But we'll just go ahead and do the process again. And in fact, these are left over from last time. So let me go ahead and dump all these out, and we'll do a fresh start with everything so you can see the process from beginning to end. So I started sifting my soil this year because I love to use Burger BM soil. It actually says it's a bark mix, but it has a really fine texture. I get it from Homegrown Plants in Farmersville, Texas. It is the soil that nurseries use to pot up all their plants that they sell to you. And I haven't been able to find a lot of places that sell it, but they do sell it at Homegrown. So I love being able to utilize that. So even this has been sifted once, going through and sifting out a little bit more is super helpful. Now you can use a seed starting mix if you prefer. You can use potting soil. I prefer potting soil. I don't like to buy a separate seed starting mix. Also, if you decide to use seed starting mix, you need to pre-moisten it with water. I do a dry method since I use potting soil. So I'm going to utilize my Amazon seed starting trays. So it's a set of 6 seed cells, and it comes with a water reservoir and a lid. And that is in my Amazon storefront if you want to check it out. And we're just going to run the soil over there, and I'm going to use a couple of fingers to gently push down on the soil. We're not wanting to compact it too much. We want it to be easy for oxygen to get through the soil, and then also the roots to move easily through the soil. All right, let me bring y'all in closer so you can see it up close. Okay, these seeds are planted at about 1/8 of an inch deep. So I'm going to go ahead and use my dauber. You can use a pencil, you can use a paintbrush, you can use whatever works best for you. I'm just barely making a hole in these. And there is only 10 seeds in this packet, but 10 plants will be plenty for me. And these are super, super tiny. All right, and they are coated. That's why they're all yellow, and that coating will dissolve once it comes in contact with moisture. So I'm just going to drop one seed into each hole. It looks like there were actually 11 in here, which I will take. All right, and then we're just going to come through and gently move the soil back over these to make sure that they are covered. These do not need light for germination, so we want to make sure they do get covered so they have that darkness in order to germinate, just like that. All right, next we're going to go ahead and fill up our water reservoir. We're going to fill it up 50% of the way, and remember that you can do this process with potting soil, but it does not work as well with seed starting mix. If you're going to use seed starting mix, go ahead and pre-moisten it before you put it into your seed cell containers. And you can see how quickly it soaks up that water. And I just started doing this process years ago because I don't like the wet soil all over the inside of my house. This works way better for me. Next, we're going to go ahead and create a label for this. I like to put the name on. I like to put today's date, and then I like to put the days to germination, and it is 5 to 15 days to germination for this. So once I have that on, I'm going to go ahead and put my lid on, making sure that the dial is closed and we can retain all the humidity inside. Okay, so starting is super simple. This is not a difficult process. It's just a long process. So to germinate, geraniums take 5 to 15 days, sometimes up to 21 days in order to germinate. So quite a while. They prefer to be at about 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit in order to germinate fairly quickly. My house tends to be about the 68 to 72 range, and in the evenings it drops down a little bit lower. So I do think that I'm going to be putting mine on a heat mat. Figure out how I'll set that up in a second. We did plant these at 1/8 of an inch deep. You want to cover them lightly, and they do not need light to germinate. So I actually could just start them underneath here in the dark and then keep an eye on them. Once they have germinated, you want to move them to the light very quickly. It is not necessary to soak these seeds to get them started. You saw they already had a coating on them because they're so small. That is a water-soluble coating that will dissolve as soon as the soil gets wet, and I can already see the water coming up to the surface on the soil. So I'm pulling out my heat mat. I only have 4 heat mats that I've collected over the years, and that has been more than enough for my needs. And we'll plug that in. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my geraniums over here on the heat mat. No light because they don't need light for germination. But we do need to make sure we keep an eye on them. So care after these germinate. You want to remove the heat once the seeds have sprouted. It does not need the heat mat after that point. And then you want to move the seedlings under bright lights immediately. As soon as you see them sprouting, move it to bright lights immediately. If you don't, if you leave it in the dark, the seedlings will stretch out really, really leggy, reaching for the light, and you're going to have a failure on your hands there. When you put them under the lights, they need to be about 2 to 3 inches away from the light, and you can see I have some of these raised up over here, and they need minimum 14 to 16 hours of light per day. And once they've germinated, remember we've got it on the heating mat for germination because they need to be 70 to 75 degrees. But after they've germinated, the ideal temp for them is 60 to 65, which I think will be fine in my house. And you want to make sure you keep the soil evenly moist, not wet. So they sprout, you take them off the heat, you move them towards light, you remove the humidity dome at that point, all right? And then you make sure that the soil stays moist and does not dry out. Not soggy, just moist. So warmth gets them started, but cool temps are what keep them strong. So keep that in mind. That's why we're removing them from the heat mat once they have sprouted. So let's imagine that they have sprouted and they continue growing under the grow lights. Potting up geraniums is the next step. You want to pot them up once the first true leaves appear. And the first leaves you're gonna see show up are the seedlings. And that's the first set. The next set of leaves you see after that, those are the first set of true leaves. And you can pot them up at that point. Don't jump to oversized pots. If we're going from this little bitty, this little bitty seed cell, you don't want to go to a giant pot. You just want to go up to just a pint-sized pot. Let me grab one. Just like a 3 or 4 inch pot for the next step. You don't want to go too big, too fast. Gradual potting equals better roots for geraniums. Geraniums like to earn their root space. So they like to fill a pot really, really well before getting moved to a larger one. So a few common mistakes to avoid when starting geraniums, and I always think that this is super important to go over what not to do. You don't want to start them too late unless you're okay with having later blooms. So for the people who are in my zone 8 areas, now is the time to get started. And truthfully, zone 7, you're right about the time. In zone 6, you're not that far behind. So keeping them too warm is another mistake to avoid. If you keep them too warm, they will stress and become weaker plants. Remember, we only want the warmth to get the seeds started, and then after that, just about 60 to 65 degrees works great for them. You want to make sure you avoid weak or insufficient lighting. So making sure that you've got a good light source that's on 14 to 16 hours a day, that you've got the seedlings up towards light only about 2 to 3 inches away is super important. And you also want to avoid overwatering, as it will slow the growth of the seedlings. So something to remember as well. And then one of the most common questions that I get asked when starting seedling is, how do I know when to take them outside? Like when do you take them outside? Well, every plant is different. So when geraniums go outside, they are not frost tolerant. If you have a frost, they will die. So you definitely want to wait until all danger of frost has passed. My last frost date is mid-March. I will not put these geraniums outside till the end of March, beginning of April, because that's when I know I am clear of danger of a frost. And you also want to make sure that because these are frosts, they're not frost tolerant, you want to make sure that you harden them off slowly and carefully. So geraniums teach us one of the most important gardening lessons, in my opinion. Slow doesn't mean difficult. It just means intentional. And you'll hear a lot of times people refer to a seed as difficult, when in reality, it's just slow. So that's something to remember for yourself. When you hear that a seed is hard to start, do a little bit of research to find out why. A lot of times people consider it hard to start because it takes so long to germinate and so long to grow. But in reality, if you step in there and you take your time and you have the patience and you're intentional about what you do and you go about the process correctly, you're not going to have any problem with starting that seed, and maybe a little bit longer than most, but you'll eventually have some beautiful plants. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this today. I'm excited to get some geraniums started. I've started a lot of varieties in the past. This year I'm scaling back and I'm not starting a million varieties. I just started one variety. I'm going to be doing that consistently throughout all of my seeds, starting and focusing on 1 or 2 varieties. I think it'll be great. Let me know, have you ever started geraniums from seed? Comment below. Let me know how it went, if you had a favorite variety and how they turned out. I would love to hear about it. And if you're like me and you are on a gardening journey and you would like to do that with some gardening friends, be sure to check out my Patreon community. The link is in the video description below. It's a great group of people, small, intimate group, and we like to talk about gardening on almost a daily basis. If you decide to become a member of my Patreon community, a certified mad gardener would be your title. You get access to lives, exclusive videos, photo sharing, group chats, and direct messaging to me. All right, you all, as always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.